Moss Landing Community Park right here. It's a cute little grassy knoll with pavers and a bathroom here. There's a three or four whale watching companies that you can take advantage of here, right here on the in Moss Landing, where the trench and the canyon goes out, the Monterey Canyon. It's really, really deep. From what I understand, you could stick 2 of the Grand Canyons in this canyon. Yesterday, the owner of the boat that I'm going on today said that they were blessed with killer whales all day. You got a little clip in a second that you'll see literally hundreds of gulls that are over there on the Marine Research Building. So let's see what's out there in the water. We got a little otter footage coming in. They have an otter crosswalk, so the otters can go back and forth from one part of the lagoon to the other part of the lagoon. So let's see what we can see out in the ocean. Let's hope today's luck is the same as they had it yesterday, full of orcas or killer whale, toothed whales. Sweet. It's just incredible to be out on the ocean. You don't know what creatures are going to come to the surface, like these Risso dolphin. You just kind of lumber about. And then what do? You see killer whales. You see these very sharp, triangular, pointed dorsal fins. That's the fin on their back. And then you see the dominant male, who's got like this 6-foot dorsal fin. They're going around looking for sea lions, young humpbacks, in some areas some gray whales. And then out of nowhere you see all this irritation in the water, and it's hundreds and hundreds of California sea lions getting ready to join in the feast with the humpback whales, looking for sardines and anchovies, flying over each other, swimming in precision, trying to get a free meal or trying to mooch something. And then when we get out there, these humpbacks, they start spouting, or they call them blows. You can see them from great distances, and as you see tails go up and down in the ocean, those are called fluke-up dives, or the flukes are their tails. It's really magnificent. A lot of times people are oohing and eyeing and getting lots and lots of great pictures. I know I do. The Rissos kind of look like whales, but they're not. They are dolphins. Sometimes you see the antics of humpback whales or other whales slapping their tails. Scientists don't know why they're doing it. They don't know if they're cleaning things off, they're communicating with each other, or if they're just having fun. It's hard to understand whale behavior. Spy hopping is when they come up. One of the coolest things I like is when you see a double fluke, like this one right here. That is just so awesome, almost at the same time. If it was in the frame a little tighter, I would have loved it.
Thank you. Sorry.
But sometimes you get a really good fluke, the water coming off the back end, and then like the spout you just saw right here, it's there you see a rainbow with the mist. Everyone loves these flukes. And then we came upon these hundreds and hundreds of shorebirds out screaming, and you can just hear them screaming right now. They are wanting to get a free meal of sardines and anchovies, and the whales come straight up through these giant bait balls. It's called lunge feeding, so they lunge upward. You would think lunging would be downward, but these whales lunge upward through the mass. It could be like a 30 by 30, 60 by 60 huge black cloud of sardines and anchovies, and you never know where these whales are going to pop up, but the birds know where they are. They're tracking them. They know their movements, and they follow them, and everybody on the boat's just going crazy. You got to get yourself out on a boat. Doesn't matter what kind of boat. And if you're watching the video, the whales come 2-3 feet from the bow of the boat, right next to the boat. Some of the humpbacks that I'm watching feed here, you have solo whales out lunch feeding by themselves. Other times the humpbacks bubble net. They walk around, listen to me. They go around the bait ball, and they create this net of bubbles. And as they create the net, it panics the bait to become more concentrated, and then they lunge straight through it with their mouths agape, just grabbing everything that's in their path. These sardines and anchovies are fleeing for their lives, but you've got all these shorebirds getting the free meal, and like a choreographed event, you've got humpbacks, 3, 4, 5 humpbacks coming up all at once. Wham! Just scooping up all the bait. It's quite a spectacle to see being out on the ocean. It's worth the Dramamine, it's worth the ginger snaps and the toast and eating the apples, just to see these beautiful, giant, graceful creatures out there, lunge feeding, logging they call it, when they're just like ambling along the top of the water. When they get excited, you can hear them trumpeting. It's worth the watch. Get yourself out on a boat, enjoy a fluke or lunch feeding whales. It's fun.
Cool. Hi everybody, Steve Avison from Cron 4 in San Francisco just did the most amazing whale watch in Monterey Bay with this guy right here. All product photography, the best in the business. I love it. We had a great time.
Watch channel 4, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Get those numbers up. We are cronthebomb.com. Sweet. We're out here whale watching, Moss Landing, over the Monterey Canyon, the trench, where you could stick 2 Grand Canyons in it, and it's a Grand Canyon and a half wide. We were just surrounded by at least 14, if not a few more, humpback whales. One whale was slapping its tail like crazy. As soon as we went up on it, it did a little longer. We were also surrounded by maybe 100 Risso dolphin, slowly cruising by the boat, a few jumping out, several with babies, some common-sided, white-sided dolphins, common dolphin, were swimming alongside the boat. The nettle jellyfish, the brown jellyfish, and then the white jellyfish were also obvious in the water. You will have your murres, your seagulls, cormorants, kelp patties out here, which is a micro-habitat that sustains wildlife. And it's just an all-around good morning. We're heading back now. It's probably noonish, 12:30ish, and just continuing the adventure. Sweet. I want to thank my new friend Steve Avison, Cron, K-R-O-N, Channel 4 in San Francisco. He's a newsman out there. Check him out at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. I met him and his wonderful wife out here whale watching. We had a great time. We saw whales lunge feeding. We saw whales breaching. We saw whales doing pectoral flaps. Those are their side fins. And they were racing. Some of these humpbacks were coursing through the water. We saw a raft of 200 sea lions just slicing through the water. At another point, there were Risso dolphins, at least 100 Risso dolphins. These Risso dolphins look like baby whales. They look like pilot whales, except white and gray. They have a round, robust head, and they're really hardy. There's a really thick, round, like cylindrical dolphin. It's a beautiful creature. They were jumping out of the water. There were babies in the water. One of the highlights of today, of course, I know the humpbacks are awesome. I know the California sea lions and the otters are awesome. But orcas, killer whales, 5 of them. Our skipper chased them out there. Well, actually, we went to them. We didn't chase them because we had to go out there and see them. We went about 10 miles out from Moss Landing, west, obviously. And the male, the dominant male, had this 6-foot dorsal fin just cutting through the water. You've seen some footage on that already. It's been a great day, and we glad you're out with us. Hit the trail, check out egret rookeries. It's fall migration. Go to Morro Bay, come out here to Moss Landing, come to Salinas River Park. Check out your local parks. There's a lot of local birds that are coming in now Keep an eye out on your backyard. Put some bird feeders out. Put some hummingbird feeders out. See what you attract. California towhees, house finches. It's all good. Birding is birding, and it's sweet. Thank you so much. And until we see you again, get yourself out on a journey.